Hello, welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, not comedian, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Regular person,
Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi.
Hi, Noelle.
Hi.
We're here to talk about Before the 90 Days, Season 3, Episode 10. Mm-hmm. And we're also here to talk about the season finale of The Other Way. Season 1, Episode 20. I was really happy to see that there were 20 episodes.
I know.
I was like, you really gave us a lot of meat.
They did. And that was, that was quite the episode.
There was a lot of meat on those bones.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, let's talk about Before the 90 Days, Season 3, Episode 10. Let's just jump right in with my favorite couple, maybe yours, Darcey and Tom.
My favorite.
My absolute favorite.
Mine too.
Darcey and Tom have been together for 2 weeks already. It feels like my whole life.
I feel like they've been together for like 10 years now.
I feel like Darcey's been crying for a month and a
Forever.
half.
She came out of the womb crying and never stopped.
They're flying back to
England. We both have the hiccups.
I know. I just got a hiccup. They're flying back to England and they're going to go to Nottingham where Tom lives.
Right.
Tom has ignored her since last night when they left Albania.
And they haven't spoken.
Stacey said that she really likes Tom for Darcey.
Stacey and Darcey have on silly hats. Well, I just want to put that out there.
They're also bickering.
Yes. Well, what else did they do? I didn't realize that they bickered this much.
They bicker a lot.
Yeah.
Darcey blames Stacey for Tom being upset. And she's like, well, maybe he wouldn't be upset if you didn't upset him.
She blames Stacey. She goes, the tit for tat was you. It's like...
Yeah. And it's like, no, the tits for tits were both of you. They were wearing matching Janet Jackson hats.
I wrote 2 Rhythm Nation hats. Yes. That's what I wrote in my notes.
That's exactly what they... And they were also wearing matching My Little Ponytails for their hair.
I mean, these girls always have My Little Ponytails in.
Oh, my God. Stacey said, hopefully, Darcey doesn't mess it up like she did with Jesse.
I feel bad for Darcey.
Yeah,
she gets
awful.
A lot of flack. And it's like, that's your twin.
Stacey also cannot resist bringing Jesse up.
No, she can't. And it's because she knows that's Darcey's weak spot.
Yep. So, I think that a lot of spots are Darcey's weak spots. Darcey is like a rotten pumpkin.
I love her.
She has all the weak spots.
She just collapses.
Tom said that Darcey is the problem.
So yeah, he's not wrong.
No, but he's taking Stacey's side and making her even more insecure. So guess what she does?
What did she do? Did she cry?
She cried a little bit.
No. I've never seen her cry before.
I tell you this, though. I liked his blue glasses.
I like his fashion sense. I really do.
I just wish it wasn't on him.
Yeah.
Well, she keeps saying, I love you, and he doesn't say it back. So they're in the confessional, and she looks him in the eyes, and she's like, I love you. And he looks at the camera.
Yeah, he just kind of doesn't even do anything, doesn't smile, nothing.
Nope.
And the thing is, you wonder why she's having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
You
were
wonder
abusive.
Why. Yeah, but you were going to propose to her.
Right, but you don't love her.
But you won't tell her that you love her, but maybe in Gran Canaria you were going to propose.
Yeah, because they went to Albania. He couldn't tell her he loved her. So now they're back in the UK, and Tom rented a car to go to his hometown. And she said that they really barely spoke since they left Albania.
I mean, he's completely turned off. You could tell.
He's ignoring her, and guess what she's doing?
What's she doing?
She's crying.
No way. I've never seen her cry before.
He's basically telling her to work on herself, and then she apologizes. And then she does something that we have been dealing with for so many years. She whisper cries.
That's what she did.
I don't want to lose you. I don't know what to do. I just want to lose you.
I just want someone to love me.
Jesse. Lose you.
Jesse. Tit for tat.
Rhythm Nation. She asks if they're going to go to his house, and he says, no, we're going to go to an Airbnb.
That's all they go to.
Because my sister lives next door.
But I think that they go to an Airbnb because he lives with his mom.
That's exactly why they actually go to an Airbnb. Because they end up meeting his sister, so why did they have to keep them from meeting if they were going to meet anyway?
Right.
Now we get a little flashback from Jesse's parents saying that Jesse, is out of her league.
Right. I mean, they were terrible.
Oh my God.
They were all terrible. Everyone is terrible to Darcey.
Yes.
And it's like, you guys wonder why she's like this.
True story. So now they go to the Airbnb, and before they even go inside, they are just walking to it, and she's like, oh my God, I love it.
I know. She loves anything that's like, if you think of Darcey and you buy hand soap and you give it to her, it's the most beautiful hand soap she's ever seen.
But I think that's a nice quality.
No, so do I, because I feel like she would be so easy to shop for.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, the fire you made is so hot. And he says,
what?
The grossest thing that he's ever said.
Tell me.
It's not the only thing that's going to get hot this
Ew,
evening.
he did say that. It was
Tom,
so sleazy.
Put your head in the fireplace.
Put your head in the boobs.
Seriously. Put your head in the fireplace and hold it there for a little while. Over the embers. And then he says, cheers to new beginnings.
Right.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Tom's English Bulldog, Boise, is super cute.
So cute.
Tom says something very strange.
Tell mommy.
About Albania. He says, I'm so glad we went because I still want to be with you.
Right. What does that mean exactly?
He means like, even after all that, I still want to be with you.
But I won't tell you I love you, though.
Wow, Tom, you are a hero.
You know what? Thanks, Tom.
How do we catenize you? Like, how do we make you a saint?
Yeah, because you are a saint.
What a nice guy.
So great. He's like a real stand-up guy.
She's not wearing any heels.
Surprising.
And they're walking the dog, so that was kind of funny. So she gets to meet his sister and her puppet.
And her partner.
Sorry, I got confused.
He does look like a lap puppet.
Yes. So she asks questions.
She has the reddest cheeks I've ever seen in my life.
She doesn't have the reddest cheeks. So here's the thing. Like, Tell me. I wear a lot of blush.
I was actually talking about your blush yesterday.
I wear a lot of blush. It's a very similar color.
Uh-huh.
I usually put it on the apples of my cheeks.
Yeah.
Some people say I wear too much blush.
Uh-huh.
She took this to a whole nother level.
She just did her whole cheek.
She set her makeup with blush.
Uh-huh.
She used it as finishing powder.
Uh-huh. She baked her cheeks with blush.
I couldn't believe it. So she says that she asks questions for a living. Mm-hmm. Okay, Emma.
I mean, whatever.
Sure,
She's
Emma.
just being annoying.
She said that it was much better than she thought. She's like, you know what? She's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. But I don't know. I think Darcey was being really nice. She didn't get hammered. She didn't cry.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, Tom said that Albania was much better than he thought. He said that he loved Stacy. Of course, he said that to dig at Darcey.
Of course.
And he said that Florian is like a brother to him.
I mean, they smoked a lot of cigarettes together.
They did smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Darcey has one cold shoulder out. Did you notice?
She does enjoy one cold shoulder. It does make her look little and dainty.
And it's funny because Tom's ear, it was like super duper red. And his sister's face. Yeah, I think maybe it's from kissing his sister.
I think he blushed.
Yeah.
So his sister said that Darcey is a typical fake girl that he likes to date.
Yeah, that was mean. Thanks.
Darcey shares her innermost secrets. She shares that she started to write her dream lists. She says things like vision board.
Right.
Dream list.
The secret.
Pumpkin spice. Ugg boots.
Yoga. So funny. Yoga. I was just going to say yoga.
Darcey said that, so they're 10 months apart, him and his sister.
Yes.
She said that he's been with hundreds of women.
His sister looks like how Devin has mental illness with her makeup. That's how
I think Devin did her makeup.
Probably.
Or she watched a tutorial that Devin did.
She definitely rubbed a Sharpie all over her face.
They are partners, her and her boyfriend.
Right.
So which makes me believe that something else is going on there.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of partners they are.
Maybe they own a business together.
Partners in crime? Yeah, I don't know.
Darcey said that she won't hurt him, and his sister said, don't worry. You wouldn't have the choice. I wouldn't let you.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, shut up.
She goes, I won't accept or allow it.
Good for you.
He said that he's jealous of his sister and her partner.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she doesn't think it's going to be Darcey.
Here's the thing is I want someone just to really like Darcey for who she is and accept it and embrace it. I feel like everyone tries to change her and everybody's just so mean and judgmental to her.
I know. Well, she tells Tom she loves him again. And guess what he does?
He doesn't say it back.
He stares into the darkness.
But she's so broken inside because I feel like if that was a regular person, they would never stand for that.
Absolutely.
She's so broken.
No one would.
I know.
Now, let's talk about the scalding hot tea.
Tell mommy.
Well, turns out we found out a little bit of tea on Darcey and Tom. Mm-hmm. It turns out that Tom has a child.
Right.
He has a pregnant side chick.
Right.
And he has a new girlfriend that he went to Fashion Week in Milan with.
He sounds great.
He is a dreamboat.
Uh-huh.
Not only is he svelte.
Svelte.
He has all of these things to offer. And not only that, Darcey was supporting him. Financially this whole time.
Meanwhile, he did give off an air like he had money.
Yeah, he did have money. He had Darcey's dad's money.
That's wild. That's really terrible because I don't think that she supported Jesse financially, right? Am I crazy?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know. Maybe it just never came out. Darcey, if you're listening to this, which obviously you are because who doesn't listen to this podcast? Right. Stop.
No, Darcey, we love you. Stop.
This is not good.
You don't have to like do this to have someone love you.
You don't deserve this. Let's talk about Tim and Jennifer.
I'm like over these two also.
Well, they got in a fight, so they took a night off.
Right. They have a night apart.
So now they're going to meet up at the park.
Like catfish style.
He's wearing motorcycle boots.
Uh-huh.
And she's wearing a bodycon dress with sneakers.
I wrote bodycon dress with sneakers. It's like you and I are on the same wavelength.
We have the same brain.
I know.
Except I have like the good parts of it. I have like better, stronger intelligence parts of my brain.
I'm going to think that that's like a no. I'm going to go with no.
Okay, well,
she also has on CC earrings, like the fake Chanel earrings. Chanel.
I have written down right here, fake Chanel earrings.
See?
So she said that she doesn't want to be with him.
Right.
And she also did something that is very remnant of mental illness. She outlined the outside of her lips.
That I didn't notice.
With her lipstick. He thinks that because he went to Colombia, that's just good enough to show her.
To show her that he was serious about it.
That's it. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was fine.
I just went here.
She said he's a different person.
He won't seal the deal.
No, he can't seal the deal.
Why?
He's not attracted to her and she's not attracted to him.
That's the thing. Okay, so people are like, trans, gay, this, that. No, I just don't think they like each other. I think he's trying to force something.
Yes. She said that he's a different person in person.
Yeah, because in person he didn't like her.
She's wearing fake Chanel earrings and also a necklace that you wear to a wedding.
What? Tell me about the necklace.
Refresh
my memory.
It was like a gold necklace. It hit like right above or like right at the collarbone.
Right.
And it was like thicker in the middle.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
It was like there's definitely matching earrings to this necklace.
You
somewhere.
know there
and
is.
It definitely came all in the same box.
I was going to say it came all in the same box. Like when I was looking for wedding jewelry, that's what I found.
They all come in sets.
Yep.
So he said that he will change in the next 4 days. Good luck. So she's like, listen, I just want you to be more of a man as he crosses his legs and leans over to her.
As he gets a manicure.
So now they have the baby, right? So her child is there. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do to make you love me in the last 4 days? I'm going to buy you things. And she's like, oh, yeah, I could figure that out.
Right. And she's like, that'll work. Like, that'll be good.
So they walk into this cheap clothing store. And she says to the lady, like, she is a fashionista.
Like a Pretty Woman.
I would like something with texture.
It's a lot of texture. What does that mean?
That means nothing. That means that she is garbage trash.
Right. Like, what does that mean?
So they're talking about how him and Veronica are still really, really close. And
I can't believe they're still trying to make that happen.
I know. He's saying that he loves Latin girls with big tempers.
Yeah, okay.
That is so racist.
Also, that's not true.
The fiery Latina thing, like, that's a racist thing.
It's so played out,
seriously.
Too.
So
her body's insane.
They're wearing matching aqua. Mm-hmm. The person helping her at the store, I think it was.
Yeah.
Their name is Kike Rodriguez.
Yes. Kike.
Don't say
No, I'm not in a derogatory way.
That's their
I read
actual
it.
Name.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a human being's name. That's not good. I would hate my parents.
They're wearing matching aqua, and Jennifer is going to Skype with Chloe and Veronica to meet them.
But why are they doing this?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I get why they're doing it because, it's like, show me that there's nothing going on.
Yeah, but that's not going to work because Veronica's going to be a dick about it.
Well, what happens is he tells her, he's like, listen, drink up. Keep getting
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Jennifer tells Veronica that she's been fighting with him. Why would she tell her that? Right
I don't know.
She literally tells everyone that.
Wasn't that weird?
She says it in the confessional. She says it. She's like, even though we've been fighting a lot, it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Veronica said that she's like, listen, I beat the stupid out of him, so you're welcome.
And she's like, why is someone as beautiful as you interested in someone like him?
That was
so
If I
mean.
was Tim, I would punch her in the head.
That was like OD mean.
Well, she told Veronica that she needs to get closer because Veronica asked if their physical chemistry was good.
Right, like basically like how's the intimacy. But
right.
Are you out of your mind for asking that? But are you out of your mind for answering
She
that?
answered her. She said we need to get closer.
Right.
Tim needs to shave.
Yes.
How do you like? You couldn't find one barber while you were there.
Tim needs to grow shoulders too. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know if there's a shoulder store
spine
there.
As well.
I don't know if there's a spine store there. Let's talk about one of my. The next two are just duds. I should just rip this page out of my notebook.
Would that be
Benjamin
Ben
and
Akini?
So she's wasted.
She is the most annoying.
She's wasted. She had a sip of alcohol. She is garbage wasted.
Apparently she was blackout drunk.
So she says that, and she's like, oh boy, I don't feel good. It's like, you're sick already?
Right.
You're still drunk.
You're sick already. You had a half a margarita.
She said that she doesn't remember anything. She blacked out. And he's like, listen, you can't get wasted. I don't even drink.
Right. And he's disappointed and hurt? I mean, then she got drunk?
To be honest with you, I would be disappointed and hurt if anyone got drunk off one margarita and blacked out.
That's what I mean. Grow up.
You're like not.
It's not like she's 21. She's like nearly 30.
Well, they're at the market now. And
right.
There's a random cow taking a walk.
Right. Of course.
And they go to the store. Now,
right.
I don't know if you've ever been to jail.
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
Where you get a bologna sandwich size of your head?
I have not been to actual prison.
Okay.
But I have seen a lot of prison on TV.
Okay.
And the store looked like they were going to commissary.
It wasn't great.
It literally looked like commissary. There was a window that you go up to.
Right.
So she said that he spent $8,070 whatever their dollars are, and so basically it converted to $80.
That's what I thought,
which is their a month salary.
That's wild. No, she said a few months salary.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Everything's in English there, though.
She says that he's like overreacting about everything. He's concerned. It's like, what do you think? She's an alcoholic? Come on, give me a break. It's like, I don't know, whatever. She's just annoying.
He has a tattoo.
Where?
He had a tattoo. I think it was on his arm.
Do you know what it was?
I don't remember.
Okay.
If anyone remembers, go to our group, go to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk Podcast on Facebook and tell us what the tattoo was.
There was a thing that they, I don't remember if it was the storefront, because I'm sorry, but I watched this a couple of days ago. It says Kaka natural juice. Did you read that? It sounds like great juice.
Yeah,
Kaka.
it's a juice. I heard you make that juice.
I make it every day.
I think your mom sells it on the side of the road.
My mom loves the Kaka juice.
They find some guy on the street who has a scooter.
And they're like, yeah, she's like, they know where it's going.
Yeah. And they put the groceries on the scooter with this man, and he's going to take them home.
He's like, okay, bye.
They sit on kids' play chairs in the middle of the dirt to discuss the wedding. So she was saying that they negotiate.
Right.
He's going to sit with her parents and the townspeople, basically.
Right.
And negotiate a bride price. And then they call her, Akini, to tell her if it went well or not.
Right.
And then he pays it, and then that's it. They're married.
And they're married.
Right.
Right.
As soon as all he has to do is pay. And in Kenya, she's his wife.
And it's legal.
And there's no ceremony.
Right.
Well, I heard that's not true.
I mean, that can't be true, number one. And number two, if I was him, I would poop myself.
Well,
I would be scared.
He said he doesn't want to marry her tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He's having second thoughts. He came there to get engaged and not married.
Right.
So he's calling his friend Desiree, and he's wearing an African beaded bracelet that he probably bought at the Dirt Mall, which is what us Americans call a flea market.
Yes.
He says that she's everything he wants.
What is it that he wants about her?
She doesn't want to be a stepmother to a child.
Right.
She is apparently a lightweight drunk.
Right. She wants to drink,
She has emotional problems. Her family's pretty nasty.
She doesn't speak when things bother her.
What about her?
Right. Like, what is it that you love?
You don't even have fun together. I don't know what the problem is.
No.
Here. So he sounds like he's going to cry, and then he does cry. He's crying about his son. Whatever.
I mean, whatever. He was really upset. I don't know if he's going to go through with it. Yes. No. Either way, like, yawn.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of crying and yawning, let's talk about Caesar.
Oh, boy.
He's back in the U.S.
Right.
And he tells everyone that there was a problem with the plane tickets, so she broke up with him.
But also, it's like, but you know that's not real, right? Because it never would have gone through.
Right, but here's the thing.
What?
It's not real.
What does that mean? I don't get it.
Meaning, like, technically, he's not lying.
Okay.
There was a problem with the plane ticket. The problem was you never bought it.
Right.
And she did break up with him, but it's not because of the plane ticket.
Okay. I mean, that just made my brain like move around.
Oh my God. Finally, some action. So he's telling his friend that he wants to go to the Ukraine.
Right. So is he just going to go call her name in the streets? Maria.
The most beautiful girl I ever saw.
Maria.
Tell your boyfriend that I'll leave without you. Cause I need you. And I gotta make you mine. I've got to make you mine. Maybe.
See, we are always singing something.
His friend that he's talking to, is she in 7th grade?
Why?
She has braces on. She looks like a 7th grader.
Oh, I just thought because she looked young.
Oh, he's not returning the ring. Now, probably because the ring was $1.
Because I constructed it out of glass and twigs. That's why.
Speaking of
but
glass,
he flew home with champagne, by the way. I want you to know. Did you notice that? Like he stole the free engagement champagne.
Well, I mean, it was non-refundable.
I think that he snacked on the undies on the plane.
Speaking of snacking on undies, glass, and twigs, let's talk about Michael and Angela.
All right.
So we find out that Angela's egg may or may not be dead.
She doesn't know if she could tote it or not.
She wants the baby to come from her champion bloodline. So they call her sister because it might be a dud. Mm-hmm. So she wants to tote the baby, but they want Skyla's eggs.
Right.
Skyla goes, here's 2 words for you. N-O.
Right. Skyla's not having
She's like, get away from me. You're 53 years old. This is disgusting.
She's just like, why are you putting my mother through this? It's dangerous.
Well, she's forced now, Angela, to go out with his friends, the goofballs.
Okay. Now, sometimes I take care of my landlord and he's 88. Like that's what I do for a living. And when like old people want to insult people, they say it like over and over and over again, and they think it's so funny. And it's like it's such a great insult. You know what I mean? Like he talks about the guy next door and he calls him an idiot. And he's like, you look at that idiot outside. Oh yeah? What's the idiot doing today? And it's like, this is so lame. And that's how she acts.
Yeah,
you think calling them a group of goofballs?
She's also 88. So that
she's
makes
so
sense.
old.
She's having some more mixed drinks.
Oh God.
She loves a good mixed
drink.
She
loves a good mixed drink.
They want to see her. They wanted to see her. They like asked to see her. And she said that they're all a bad influence on her. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, her haircut right now is even worse than before.
She's offensive to look at.
You know what she needs?
What?
She needs to team up with Tim, and he needs to share the gold eye mask that Tim uses.
Yes.
It
would do wonders for her.
It probably wouldn't do anything, but, you know, worth a shot. He's not allowed to hang out with them anymore. And as she's in Africa, her K necklace just gets tighter and tighter.
It does.
It barely
it's shrinking on her neck.
They went to a party, and she was sick.
Right.
When she was back in America.
Right.
And they were video chatting because she had pneumonia. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't allowed to go to the party because she had pneumonia. She wanted him to stay on video chat with her. So she's sitting there smoking 12 cigarettes at the same time. Uh-huh. And she's like, what about when I had pneumonia? And it's like, wait, what?
Right.
You?
Right.
Pneumonia?
No way.
Get out of here. There was a meme that I saw online that was so funny.
Which one? There's so many about her.
There was one, and it was like a picture of her and a picture of Michael. And it was like, what did it say? It said something like, when your 90-year-old girlfriend has pneumonia and you're not allowed to go to your party anymore.
That's funny. Because, I mean, come on. It's true. Like, I have a friend. Mm-hmm. When she was in a relationship with a certain guy that was out of state, all they did was FaceTime 24/7.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Thank God I don't have an iPhone, because if someone tried to FaceTime me, like I would block their number.
I would throw my phone out the window. They said that she's possessive and bossy, so she's screaming at them to show them that she's not.
But it's like, why is she? She is like manic. Yes. She's nuts.
So they're laughing. So one of the friends leaves, then the second one leaves. And then the other one that stays, who's Michael with hair.
Right.
He's trying to be nice, and she's just being so mean. So they're like, all right, we're out.
She's being so mean. She throws a drink, and she's just being like...
They all leave. She laughs. He's super embarrassed.
Right.
You know what, though, Michael?
What?
Get a grip.
Yeah. Also, Michael, what do you expect?
Let's talk about Avery and Omar, who they only touched on a little bit in this episode.
Yeah, they weren't in very much.
She said that Lebanon is so beautiful.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. So they go to the beach, and she likes being in Lebanon because everyone's dressed like her.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, hey, Omar, are you going to cry when I leave?
He's like, men never cry.
Like, men don't cry because you know why?
Why?
Men are stronger emotionally than women.
So it sounds like a wonderful relationship. I would love to be.
It's
in
really
that.
good. So
she has on a Fuchi jihad.
Yes, she did.
She does.
She had a fake Gucci jihad. So they go to this restaurant and one of the things that they have on the menu is lamb tongue.
So yeah,
she's like, "Is it good?" He's like, "It's delicious."
Order it, and she's like, "No, thank you."
She's like, "Oh my god, I was joking." They get halloumi cheese. She eats it with her hands.
She's like, "I love cheese." Yeah, all over it. You know, she didn't wash her hands after being out all day too.
So she has a disease now.
And she's like, "I love cheese," and it's like, "Well, I love cheese too."
She's like, "Listen, it will probably take a year to get your visa to come over to America."
He's like, "Bye."
He's like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't care." She's mad that he has no emotions.
Right.
She's like, "Okay, fine. You're using me. How about that?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." Again.
And he's like, "All right, so don't apply for the visa."
He doesn't care. That she's leaving.
He doesn't care.
She's crying. But let me ask you a question. All of this, what happened to her moving to Syria?
Right.
That's out the window, huh?
It's funny how that suddenly changed. I don't trust him. He is a snake.
He is 100%. So now let's talk about Rebecca and Ziad.
Ziad.
We open the scene with him saying, "I love you so much."
Imagine if you had to wake up to that every day.
No,
thank you.
Romantic getaway
in the Sahara Desert.
The Sahara Desert.
Right.
The last few days she's there. So beautiful.
I like when they get there, he goes, "So beautiful, romantic."
That's literally what I wrote.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, we're going to camp?" He's like, "Yes, it's Hotel Arabic." So much happy. So much nervous. So she's like, "Well, I'm going to go get some tea."
Right. They drink tea, they drink tea out of thimbles.
Yeah. Very, very small tea. So he wanted to buy her something expensive. So he got her that ring.
Right.
So beautiful.
Why does he hide it behind the AC?
Because I'm going to tell you right now, so beautiful place.
That's what I mean. So beautiful place. So
He's
beautiful.
Wearing a zip hoodie with the stupidest collar I've ever seen.
I mean, listen, he has the worst fashion sense. As you would say, he dresses like Winnie the Pooh.
He really does. And you know what? She's wearing bell bottoms again.
She does. But that's who she is.
Her and Angela must shop in the same bell bottom
But
store.
that's who she is. She wears bell bottoms. She still draws a Madonna mole on her face.
She really does. Do older mature women that date younger guys in other countries think that it makes them look young to wear bell bottoms?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
She's camping with a smoky eye, so there's that.
I mean, there is that.
It's a campfire eye, as we like to call it.
She had quite a head of roots there, too.
She couldn't even throw a box dye in her hair before she went.
No! What are you thinking? You're going to meet your beautiful
You didn't
fiance.
even like my campsite smoky eye? A campsite eye? It?
Oh, a campsite eye!
Whatever. Her divorce isn't finalized.
Tracy.
He's going to be so mad. It's my secret.
When do you think she's actually going to tell him?
I mean, also, it's not real.
No, I know, but like, when do you think she's going to tell him? Because like, we've heard about this since the first episode.
Seriously.
You know?
Who knows? Well, they show like strays running around.
Of always.
They're tent fighting about the pictures. Of So she's like, "Listen, I wanted to show him my grandkids," and a picture of my ex popped up. First of all, I was more insulted that you were trying to show him your grandkids.
Yeah, really?
On a sexy, so beautiful, so much nervous, so romantic trip.
It's like, here, look at these kids that you're going to have to be around.
He's angry. She says her ex a lot. She talks about him a lot.
She does. She's the new Darcey.
Yep.
She does talk about her ex a lot.
Well, the desert must have dried out his hair because it actually looks not oily.
First of all, that was really funny.
Thank you.
Second of all, you're right, because I noticed that he didn't look well, I mean, he's disgusting, but his hair didn't look disgusting.
She's smoking again. Now, I'm honestly wondering, since they're in the desert, is she using the ashes from her cigarettes to create her smoky eye?
Yep, she is.
Well, Ziad says, "I am so much jealous."
Yeah, I mean, I get it, though. And I don't think that he's wrong. That would bother me.
Guess what? She's still married. Oh, please.
Please. Nobody cares.
Worst part? Another pair of bell bottoms.
Girlfriend loves a good bell bottom. I know.
Let's talk about The Other Way. Season 1, episode 20.
Okay.
Let's start right out the bat with Corey and Evelyn.
Okay.
Corey's been back for a week, and they are closer than ever.
Yeah, okay. Good for him.
Yeah, that sounds real. He has 3 weeks left on his visa.
Right.
So he goes to talk to her dad, Kleebler.
The
Kleebler elf. So his dad's like, listen, Corey, you here, shovel, dig the hole.
But I don't understand what they were doing.
I don't know either, but they're digging a hole. He's like, listen, Kleebler, I love you. And Kleebler was like, what?
I love you too. I don't know what's happening.
He's like, just dig the hole, Corey. Stop telling me you love me. This is weird. And he's like, oh, okay, wait, maybe I said the wrong thing.
Right.
So he uses Google Translate. And he's like, oh, okay, so you weren't hitting on me.
Right,
cool.
Okay, fine.
He's like, I don't care if you marry Evelyn, but Evelyn might care if you marry Evelyn.
Right, because Evelyn doesn't want to get married.
Then you see the cutest basset hound.
Yes.
So he plans a surprise for their 4-year anniversary. So he gets her in the car and he blindfolds her. First of all, I'm afraid she's going to get car sick.
Okay. My first thing that I said out loud, I was watching it with a friend, was I would vomit.
Yes. I don't want her to
I couldn't
get
handle it. Also, she's got on a bodycon dress and sneakers, by the way.
I hate this
That's
look.
all that like everyone's wearing.
Stop.
This is like a thing.
It's a South American thing.
Yeah.
So he gets this hot air balloon.
Right.
Just for her.
It's a very strange hot air balloon.
Yeah. So he gets a sign that says, will you marry me?
Right.
They pull up. She takes the blindfold off. And I got to tell you, she didn't really know what was going on. But I would have pulled up, right?
Right.
I would have been like, this is the best. We're going to play parachute like we used to in gym class.
Oh, that would have been fun. I would have been like, yeah,
this is actually a good surprise.
That would have been fun. That was the best.
Well, she made me so scared. She's like, okay, I understand that this is now a hot air balloon.
Right.
We cannot go into it because Ecuador is sketchy.
That's what's funny.
And if we fall, we're going to die.
Right.
So they go up in the hot air balloon. He's like, look over there.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I don't see anything.
Also, so the balloon only stays on strings. Like these strings or whatever
because
they are.
I guess they couldn't get it back down.
I don't know how that works.
These weren't real hot air balloons.
Yeah. Because you didn't move. They just went up high.
So he proposes. She can't read the sign. He proposes. And he goes, hey, will you marry me? And then follows it up with, if you don't want to marry me, it's okay. She says yes. And then he hires a chef to cook on the beach. And then there's heart fireworks.
The most annoying, first of all, it looked like they were eating vomit and shrimp in a cup. But the worst thing was
like the shrimps.
He wouldn't stop saying baby.
Yeah, he does.
That was really gross.
It really, that's what made her love him so much.
Yeah, and she was not trying to say yes. Let's just put it that way.
Love, let's talk about Jenny and Sumit. So
listen, I hate him, but this was hard to watch.
He's very short and stout.
He is. He's a little teapot.
She's leaving, and he's being such a jerk.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I'm going to try to get divorced. She was there for 6 months, so I'm guessing 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Like she was there for 3 months a while ago, and then he got married, then she came back. Jenny said that they tried twice.
No, I think she was there 6 months this whole time.
I think it's a 90-day visa for the tourist visa. So
is it? Because last time she was there for 4 months, she said.
So maybe she was there for 2 months now.
Maybe, yeah.
So he doesn't want her to leave. Everyone's crying. He walks her to the cab.
Ew, he snots in his hand everywhere. I wanted to die.
She says it's the best 6 months of his life. And it's not his fault. It's his culture.
It's really amazing, like, how kind she is.
Yeah, she's a really nice woman.
Yeah.
So she says, I love you forever. And he says, just be happy.
Yeah, I mean, it was lame, but there was so much crying that it made me feel sad. Yeah, it did make me feel sad.
Listen, we're going to bring the mood up a little bit. Let's talk about Devon and Jihoon.
It was fun. I liked this.
They got married, and they wanted to do a Korean traditional ceremony.
Right.
And then they're going to do a big wedding for when her parents come. Because, they have so much money. So she meets his aunts and everything. And she wears a hanbok. Did you like that? Jihoon wears a pink and purple vest.
He's so cute. He looks like Aladdin in that.
He's being like a silly goose. He's yelling. She's like, hey, the baby's sleeping. Do you want to pipe it down a little bit? She has to hold her arms up like the whole time.
That looked not very unfun.
I got to tell you though, at first she was like really uptight about this, and then she got like loosened up.
Because it was fun.
It was very silly. But like they were just doing this in someone's living room.
Right. That's what I was wondering. And she just kept bowing and she was sweating.
They're like, just keep doing this. Keep doing
this.
So now they have to catch like
what dates, are they, like chestnuts?
Dates and chestnuts.
Okay.
And because they're going to tell him how many more kids she's going to have.
Which is so fun. I want a wedding like this.
She's like, yeah, don't catch anything. Okay, thank you. Well, the ceremony was so silly. He gives her a piggyback ride.
Mm-hmm. They have to get the date seed too.
Yes.
Who gets a date seed in the mouth?
They have
She's
to,
let go.
There's like a lot of superstitions.
Yeah.
So she's like, listen, on the piggyback ride, I weigh more than you. Mm-hmm. So just be careful. This wedding is like Pilates and a mud race.
Yeah, it really is. And basically he's like, let's make a baby.
I know.
Tonight.
The bronzer that she's wearing in the confessional makes her face look so dirty.
Why the hell did she do that?
I don't know. But listen, the magenta couch, I loved it.
Oh, me too. Same.
The family is so nice.
They're like, she's so pretty.
Yeah, they're like,
she looks
so
Korean.
Nice. Yeah, they're like, she looks Korean.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a little mental illness, but
right. Only like a touch now because she doesn't have on the pink eyeshadow anymore.
So he wants to make a baby tonight. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, thank you.
Like, no, thank you. Get away from me.
He's like, I will wear an anus.
He loves anuses. This guy loves
condom,
anuses.
But he does like
this was like, I needed this. It was so playful.
Very playful. So, but she said at the end, she's like, if he doesn't step up his game, she's going to leave.
Yeah, I mean,
she's gonna have to leave.
But also, I think that like out of everyone, like she would. She'd be like, all right, like you're not doing the right thing, like bye.
Totes my goats. Let's talk about Ronald and Tiffany.
I don't want to.
You have to.
All right.
Okay. So this is our last couple of the episode.
Yeah.
Ronald and Tiffany are kind of splitting up right now because Daniel and Tiffany are flying home tomorrow.
Right.
And Craig from the Wellness Center comes to make a plan for him because Tiffany asked Craig from the Wellness Center to come over.
And of course, she once again is saying like,
she's treating him like a child.
Treats him. She's so controlling.
Yeah.
But she also like loves this too.
Yeah.
Like, when I leave, it's going to cause him to relapse.
Tiffany's hair is a hot mess. So she's like, listen, Ronald, the adults are going to speak one-on-one.
Yeah. Can we tell you go away?
Yeah.
Go play with Daniel.
Go play in the other room.
Uh-huh.
So she speaks to him and she's like, listen, last time I left, he relapsed. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
It's really, I have to tell you, it upsets me because I don't like, she treats him like a kid.
She's like, I'm going to be gone from 6 months to a year and a half.
Right. It's like, what does that mean?
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought you guys moved to South Africa, by the way.
Yeah. She's like, JK. Craig says you have to trust him.
Right.
So Daniel's scared if the baby's going to be okay on the plane. Daniel is the only voice of reason.
He's the only sane person.
She got there 90 days ago. Mm-hmm. So he said that he feels nauseous dropping them off.
Right. And I'm like, great, I hate this part.
I know. And now he doesn't want to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Daniel, because he says, I don't want to leave my dad.
Right. Which it's like,
oh my God, he's such a nice kid, though. I feel so bad for him.
I feel bad for him because I feel like she doesn't think of him. She just kind of drags him around.
I know. And now she says the future is uncertain. But you know what is certain?
What?
We are going to have a live podcast November 2nd at the Stand Comedy Club and Restaurant at 3 p.m. Seating at 2:30 in New York City. You can get tickets at thestandnyc.com, or you could follow us on Instagram at 90 Day Podcast or on Twitter, and you can get any tickets in the link to in our bio. You could follow me, your host, Tracy Carnazzo, at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. And you can check out our other podcast if you watch Teen Mom Trash Talk. Noelle, where can we find you?
Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Amazing. So we're going to have a really special guest. We're going to have a few special guests at the live podcast, but we're going to have a really special guest. Sam Roberts from Jim and Sam, the Jim and Sam show on Sirius XM, will be recapping 90 Day Fiancé along with us. So guys, make sure you are getting your tickets ASAP at thestandnyc.com for November 2nd.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.